Hi guys, welcome to my videos. So today in this video we are going to go through how to fill up the form IMM 5710E application to change conditions, extend my stay or remain in Canada as a worker for this new pilot program of 18 months where eligible postgraduate work permit holders can apply for it. So before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe right now because I regularly upload videos. And if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. Alright guys, so let's proceed. So guys, I have already shown you like how to answer the questionnaire, letter, and also how to go through it in your GCK account. But a lot of people asked me to show me this 5710E form, so that is what I am gonna do. So first of all guys, I am not an immigration consultant, so whatever I am doing is based on my research and knowledge, and it could be applicable to you, it may not be, and there could be some errors. So I won't be responsible for any outcome that comes out if you watch this video and follow in your case. This is just a guide. So take it as a guide, you need to fill it up as per your case, and I won't be responsible for any outcome. Thanks for proceeding. Alright, the very first field is unique client identifier. Because you already held UCI, you should have this like unique client identifier. This you find in your all communication. So although this is not mandatory, but I still recommend you fill it up. So I'm just writing sample. Generally it's 8 or 10 digits. I want service in English. Now question number 3, I am applying for one or more of the following. This is where most of the people have doubts, like which one is to select or which is to select. Okay, so 2 of my subscribers, they dialed IRCC, and IRCC told them like you apply for this, apply for work permit with the same employer, they said. But having said that, I really don't know what was their status in Canada, and when they called IRCC must have asked them some questions like UCI or something, so the agent on the other side must have verified their status and then have told. How I will tell you, like let's say you are currently working with an employer, let's say a grocery store. So what you can do, like if your plan is to go ahead with the same job with this postgraduate work permit, although for an open work permit it does not matter, you can select this. Okay, meanwhile if you also want to restore like if you are currently on a visitor visa because everything is expired, and you are but you still have maintained your status, then you can restore. You need to select this and then one of these. Like you want to restore and you want to apply with a new employer, you can select this. So like this you need to analyze your situation, and if you are not sure, you can always give a call to IRCC call center and confirm this. So let's say there's a guy whose name is John Smith is filling this form. So here comes his name. Have you used any other nickname? Let's say no. In his case, in your case it could be different. He's a male. I'm just putting some sample date of birth, but it should be your actual. Let's say he was born in New Delhi, country India. He's an Indian citizen. Because you are applying inside Canada, so Canada is already. Now this status is very important. You need to select based on your status. So for example, let's say John Smith, his postgraduate work permit is gonna be expired soon. I mean, you know that within 4 months, if it is expiring between these steps, you can apply for this pilot. So that is why his status is still worker. And let's say his work permit was issued last year, June 10, and it is valid this year till June 10. Previous country restrictions during the past 5 years, have you lived in any country other than your, okay, let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case, you need to read and understand. Current marital status, let's say John never married, he's single. Have you previously been married or in common relationship? Let's say no. native language. So because John is from India, so let's say it's Hindi. Are you able to communicate in English or French? Yes, he can, because he was a student before, so he has taken it. This question does not ask the validity of the test. He holds an Indian passport number, so I put country or territory of issue. This was issued in India. Oh, yes, issued. Let's say this was issued in 2017. I'm just putting sample dates. Typical Indian passports valid for 10 years. You have a nationality document. So this question is asked in various forms. So when I applied for my first application with IRCC, like it was work permit, I selected yes and I put my Indian PAN card number, and it was easily accepted, and I had explained this in my letter too. So it's up to you, like every country has its own documents, so if that is applicable. And issue date, expiry date are not mandatory, and moreover when you go for a PAN card in India, it's like there is no expiry date. So I had explained all that in my letter and there was no issue at all. Are you a green card holder? No. Now contact address. So he's already in Canada, currently working. So let's say he's living at Toronto Street. Have you heard about it? I haven't. Toronto. Country selected as Canada. Postal code. Sample. Residential address same. Yes. Because he's in Canada, so he holds a Canadian number. Cellular. In Canada we have like 10 digits number. Oh. Email address. Okay. Date and place of your original entry to Canada. So let's say before he got this work permit, he came for studying in 2019. Okay, so let's fill it up. I'm just putting sample values. Okay, 0410 place. Let's say he came to Toronto Pearson Airport. The original purpose coming to Canada, it was study. Most recent entry if different from. So let's say he hasn't gone out of Canada after entering here, so that's why I'm not filling it up. If applicable, provide the date, number of most recent visitor record study permit. So this is the study permit, work permit or temporary resident permit issued to you. So his most recent is work permit, postgraduate work permit. So I'm just writing a sample number. Don't think that this is something else. Check your, in this case, like pull out your work permit and see the number. I just put a sample. Now here comes the important thing, details of intended work in Canada. What options do I have? Remember, this pilot program has open work permit. So it's not postgraduate work permit, it's not startup, it's not this one. This could be this one, open work permit, not other things. So there are two options, you may get doubt. So if I go for other, what will happen? It will, I can write, what is it, right? I can write, but see, everything becomes mandatory. So until I fill this, it won't go anywhere. So if I go for work permit, all these become not mandatory. Okay, but yes, this is mandatory, and even in the instruction guide they have said that for an open work permit you don't need to worry about question 2 to 8, but we have seen in earlier videos like 8 has become mandatory, so we need to answer. Education, have you held any postgraduate education including university, apprentice program? Yes, he has. So let's say 2019, I'm just writing sample 05 to 2005, he did some 30, or I should write what here, postgraduate diploma, just sample. Alright, let's say he studied in Toronto school, let's say Toronto IT school, whatever is applicable in your case. Country or territory, Canada. The moment I select Canada, province would become active. Yes. Give employment details past tense, including if you held any government position such as civil servant, parliament, hospital administrator. So I'm just filling this first row, but you need to provide all the details as per your case. So let's say he has been working since then. So let's say recent one I am talking about, like I'm just putting recent but put all the information. 06. This 2 is not mandatory, but in my case, like in other forms I had entered, so it's up to you. You can explain in your letter that you are currently working over here, so that's fine. Current activity, let you are an IT administrator. Let's say you are working for Toronto Networks, down Toronto, country, Canada, area, and then provide other information, prior information. Just use a sample form I am not filling up. Within past years, have you any tuberculosis? No. Whatever is applicable in you guys. Do you have any physical mental disorder? Let's say no. Have you stayed beyond the validity? No. But if it is yes, select yes and put. Just don't go what I am doing it. This is just a sample video again I say. Have you ever been refused something? Like no. Have you previously applied treatment to Canada? Yes, because he had studied and postgraduate work. So provide all the details including application name and all. This is what I suggest. You cannot hide because IRCC has these details already. Have you committed, been arrested or charged with convicted any? Let's say no. Never lie in this any section, guys. Be 100% honest. Military militia, no. Have you ever been a member of any political party? No. I don't know. Yes. Okay, it's very important to click on validate, and for online applications you don't need to physically sign. You sign electronically, that I have already shown you other videos. Click on validate. This is very important because if you have missed any field or any data validation, it's gonna do. So this just verifies mandatory fields and any data validation like format and all, but it cannot verify the information that you have entered. So always check that, and if you make any adjustment, change, click on validate once more. And when you upload, it has to go through these barcodes as well, like save the whole file and then upload. So thanks for watching this, guys. If you have any concern, any question, anything that comes to your mind, feel always free to ask.